Giants. On the visiting sideline, a look at the Cowboys head coach. His defense motivated as ever, coming off that shutout to last week's win. Facing off with him here, Brian Dable, head coach of the Giants. These guys mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. Glad to have you with us for this one, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt on the call. It's Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey with the honors. And this is not a good start. That kick falls just short of the landing zone, and this opening drive is going to begin from the 40. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. On 1st and 10, here's start. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. It only takes a little bit.
He's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 6 yards brings up 3rd and 16.
Motioning left is their running back. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Formation for the Giants.
He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They stay on the ground with Williams. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Yeah, here we go!
Prescott now on 3rd down. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's gonna force 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Brian Dable getting his Giants out there for their next drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, here's start. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. 2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Now Dart. Jump off caught by his back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up...
Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down. Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. taken right at the 40. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And you can see that in our final week of the regular season, no one has had a better nose for the end zone than him. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
First down, Dallas.
Play action, Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Now running here with Jaden Blue. His progress is soft, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there. Reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. 2nd quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. And they are passing on the field goal attempt. They're going for this on 4th down. They do snap it. Here's Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get the game's first points here in the 2nd. George Pickens so we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. No change to the call on the field. So that play's going to remain a touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest.
Giants nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. It's Darius Slayton with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. One play action with Dart. And he's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 15 at the 23-yard line.
the gun this time. Here's Dart. That pass is caught by Wandale Robinson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Let's go. 60 Bisons.
To the air on 3rd and long. Got a man in, Neighbors has it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a first.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hand off to Tracy. We'll cobble together a yard there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Empty backfield now, running back motions out left. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And now a 4th down, staring right at him. Here's Jamie Gillen, on again for the punt. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And you can see that he's likely in store for some serious work today. He's coming into this final game in position to finish as the league's rushing champ. He put everything he had into this one. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Draw play. This is Williams. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Javon Holland there to make the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Another run for Williams. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Timeout called on the field, so we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. Going to the ground again on 1st. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Yeah, here we go.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. He'll come up on 1st and 10.
And the Cowboy first down.
Here we go. Line.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Dak. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
Giants nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Slayton with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants take over now late in this first half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Dart out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Giants using their first timeout. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, here's Dart. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. It's the 5th time they've gotten their first sack in this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down. Well, that play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your #1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Prescott on 1st and 10. Puts everything he has under this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. To the incompletion, 2nd and 10, still from the 30.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing again is Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. So 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. That is caught. He's got Lamb. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down from the 42.
Yeah! There we go, boy, in.
Now it's Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, that's why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They go with Williams on the counter. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Just shy of midfield. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Running for the marker with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
A gain of 3 yards.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First and 10, Prescott. Toward the sideline, and he's got Pickens. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. First down now, ball at the 33.
Yeah, there we
A
go.
gain of
I think.
15. First down, Cowboys.
Williams on the carry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
The tackle by
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
On second down, a run with Williams. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And start the drive with blue. And it's close, but he's not going to score. Out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be first and goal.
4 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal, Dallas.
Williams reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys stretch their lead to 21.
21. Giants, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. This makes it up to the 25. Now here comes the New York offense. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. New York to the line. First and 10. Back to throw. Here starts. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5.
Brings up second and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Darts making the throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And out of a small gain up to about the 32. Marshawn Nealon, the one to send him down. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's the Giants who are going to have it to start the fourth quarter, partner, in a game that seems pretty far out of their reach. Throwing on third. Here's Dart. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
Desperation time here on fourth. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Williams now on first and 10. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. The handoff to Williams. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
air it out on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's from the right hash, 46 yards.
A 46-yard attempt.
Pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it. Up to the races, middle of the field. The 30. The 10. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach pay dirt. A shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, and things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
Gano ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Yeah! There we go! In.
On his own read, they hand it to Blue. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. The Giants using their 1st time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Cowboys, 1st down.
I'm just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go!
On the handoff, this is Williams. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. 4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, there we go! I check line.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he has this down to the 34. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's got to get inside the defense's 30 here. Looks to be a gain of about 6 on the play.
Alexander on the stop. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4.
Yeah, here we go. I check line.
A run with Williams. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning.
Yeah, here we go. Line.
Here's a give on the jet sweep. He's within striking distance. And he has the Cowboys' first down, Brock, and that should clinch this win for him.
I love that jet sweep for so many different reasons, Kate. But I really love when you get your athlete coming across, building up speed, so you can take off once that edge is set. He gets to that field, turns that type of run into a highlight reel run.
Fullback trying to power it across. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. Well, Brock, the playoffs didn't materialize for them this year, but at least they were able to rally together here in this final week and close the campaign out with a victory.
Yeah, you know, once those playoffs are out of the picture, your focus really becomes building some hope for next season. Ending things on a good note, getting people excited about your tape and what's to come in the future. And in this win, we certainly saw some of those moments that make me excited to see them chase the playoffs next season.